Hey, what up guys? This is the Power Up Mushroom. I'm coming to you with a video, a little different. It's kind of more of the E3 presentation for PlayStation and Sony, or specifically Sony. Alright, and I just kind of want to talk about it because who knows what Sony might bring this year, and I'm a little excited to see what's going to happen, and these are kind of my predictions and what I kind of expect from Sony already that they're going to be talking about. So, anyways, let's get on with the video. First off, I mean, Sony, legit, I don't worry about Sony. Of all the gaming companies out there, Nintendo, Xbox, you know, PC, I really just don't worry about Sony at all, because every time Sony comes out there, they've given us a lot of good things. They've given us like games like King of Fighters, you know, the Tales series. They've given us Final Fantasy. Well, I mean, Final Fantasy came out on both Xbox and them, but I mean, Square Enix is more associated with Sony, so in that regard, I guess I'll say they gave us World of Final Fantasy, which was actually a pretty decent game. And not only that, they have companies like, you know, Naughty Dog, and I'm trying to remember who made Ratchet and Clank, something like that. I forgot their name. But anyways, the point is, I don't worry about them. So when, you know, I hear that there's going to be an E3 press conference, and every year, and Sony's coming out, I'm always excited to see what Sony's bringing, because literally, legit, they've surprised me every year. Almost every year they surprise me with a new IP or something, or just a brand new game that just looks so interesting. So anyways, like one thing I really think like Sony would be talking about this year is because, you know, Xbox has a Scorpio. They'd probably be like trying to sell. Nintendo's gonna have the Switch, so they're gonna probably be focusing on the Switch details and their updates and all that. But Sony just came out with the PlayStation VR. This is just recent, and legit, I think it's been a pretty good success. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people try to get their hands on it. They haven't been able to. I was thinking about picking one up. Maybe I'll pick one up when I have money, because it's expensive. But I haven't found a real reason to buy a VR, other than the reason that, you know, they released that PlayStation VR for the Battlefront for Star Wars, you know, and that looked pretty cool, being in a, you know, a little X-wing pilot, you know. But I mean, I haven't found a real reason to buy a VR yet. I really haven't. And one thing I really think that could benefit from that is just if they focus on the VR a little bit and kind of give us like some new games that are coming out. One big thing that I know for games for the VR that have been like super big is just horror games. So who knows, we might see some horror games come out for the VR, and maybe some new experiences, maybe a first-person shooter. I saw this bundle at Walmart the other day. It was the VR with I guess like a little gun. And legit, I was thinking like maybe VR, maybe they're gonna try and introduce some first-person shooters with the VR or something. I don't know, but legit VR, it sounds pretty cool. And maybe like I said, I'm just thinking that maybe Sony's gonna focus on the VR. They're gonna have like their own hour or something where they're gonna talk about VR experience and all these new games they have planned or something for the VR, and that'd be pretty cool just to check it out. Let's see what they got. You know, another thing is Naughty Dog. That just popped in my mind. Naughty Dog. Forgot. Naughty Dog. I mean, they announced their large expansion for Uncharted 4. It was with Chloe and Nadine, that other chick from Uncharted 4. But anyways, you know, they announced that expansion, and my question is, because that expansion looked a lot more like its own game. Will they come out and announce like, oh, it's gonna be its own video game? Is it gonna be its own game that, you know, they're gonna sell physical copies or something? I don't know. Who knows? But I mean, that it just looked really cool. I just woke up, but it just looks really cool, and it looks really like something that a lot of people will be into, especially with Nathan Drake's story just wrapped up. I don't think they should do anything more with Nathan Drake. Just stop right there. But Chloe and the other chick, I mean, I'm thinking like, okay, we have some people who are real fans. They were pretty big fans of Chloe. And that other chick from Uncharted 4. I don't want to butcher her name, because I'm not sure if I remember completely, but she was an awesome character and villain. But I mean, we're going to get more insight on these characters. Who knows, they're going to go on their own adventures, and we're going to see them in this different place. And who knows what kind of treasure they're trying to find. Maybe they're trying to find a treasure that Nathan Drake, you know, kind of refused Chloe, like, not to go on. Like in Uncharted 4, there's no spoilers here. This is just the beginning. In Uncharted 4, if you go inside Nathan Drake's attic and you pick up a book, usually I think it's like a letter from Chloe saying that she has a treasure that she wanted to go look for, and she kind of wanted Nathan Drake to go with her. And Nathan Drake's like, not on your life. And what if Chloe's going to look for that, you know, treasure? I mean, and it'd just be so cool to kind of like see if like anything like that is just gonna, just pick up from there. And right, I mean, it'd be really interesting to see more of an expansion on, Chloe's story, more of an expansion on Ideen and all that. And I mean, it's something that I think a lot of people would be really interested in. But I mean, enough of that. I mean, that's Naughty Dog for you. And oh, also, Last of Us. Last of Us 2 is coming out, and legit, I think The Last of Us 2 is probably the one that we're gonna get a lot from Naughty Dog, because when they announced it last year, everybody was screaming. Like, there was people screaming, throwing chairs. Okay, it wasn't that ridiculous, but we had people like excited. I was really excited because when I saw that Firefly symbol on the stop sign, I was just like, oh dang, this is Last of Us 2. And definitely in the trailer, you saw more mature Ellie and more little worn out Logan-like Joel. And I want to see where the story goes. I really do. I want to see them talk about it, because what are we going to expect? What adventure are they going on now? There are a lot of things that kind of left us on a cliffhanger with the first one, which I'm okay with, but I really want to know what happens afterward. And maybe they'll explain some of that, where they're at, where Joel and Ellie are at right now, because I mean, years have passed. Years have passed since the first Last of Us in the game world, and we want to see where they went and how old Ellie is and all that. I mean, it would be really cool to see what happens. Also, there was a talk of a new development for like a SpiderMan game, and legit, I feel like Sony could talk about that. I mean, I think the SpiderMan game was being developed by Ratchet and Clank developer. I should have written down, but I don't. Insomniac Games. My bad. Yeah, so they were talking like they were making a new Spider-Man game. And my question is, because since Sony kind of owns Spider-Man, I mean, and the new Spider-Man Homecoming movie coming out, I think it's like a month after E3 or something. Are we gonna see the new Spider-Man game? Is Sony gonna talk about Spider-Man at all? I mean, the future of Spider-Man games is in Sony's hands right now, and is it going to be good? I mean, that's what I want to know. And of course, at Sony, I expect Square Enix to be there. I expect a bunch of different developers to be at Sony. I expect them to kind of make something happen there, because especially Sony has all these great exclusives coming out soon by Square Enix and just huge announcements. Like I said, I don't worry about Sony. But I can really see that Sony, I don't worry about them, so I'm going to see them deliver a strong performance. The people I'm kind of worried about right now is Microsoft and Nintendo. Where are they going? I mean, I don't know. But anyways, that's as far as I go with my predictions for E3. I mean, like I said, it's going to be an exciting time. Of course, I'm going to talk about it, but I decided to make this video, and I'm probably going to make a couple more videos because I'm going to LA for a couple days, so you're not going to get a video from me for a while, for a couple days. Which is not a long time, but you're not going to get a video from me for a couple days, so I'm going to go ahead and like upload a couple videos today, kind of make up for that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and if you guys have any predictions for E3, or you have any info that I kind of missed on E3, or you just say, hey, that's not right, Sony isn't going to do this because they announced it already, let me know. Let me know in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, upvote if you're watching on Vidme, and please guys, tune in later on today. Usually, I mean, like I said, I'd be uploading within the next 2 days, but I'm going to be gone. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.